have had over a number of years. I've been in Birmingham now for 22 years, and certainly long before I came, the relationship was already established, but it has gotten even better over the last 22 years of us working together. And this plan tonight that you will see, this master plan that you'll see is a direct result of us working together, trying to make a lot of green space available to our citizenry here in Birmingham, in the greater Birmingham area. And certainly you got to have leadership from the Friends to be able to do that. And I want to introduce to you tonight the president of the board of directors for the Friends of the Gardens. His name is Dr. Tommy Amason. I'm going to ask Mr. Amason to come up and say a few words for you. Again, on behalf of all of the team that I mentioned earlier, we want to thank you for being here tonight, and hopefully you'll see some very enlightening presentations coming from the Botanical Gardens and the Friends. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Melvin, and I'd like to also welcome everybody and thank you for being here tonight. On behalf of the Friends of the Botanical Gardens, this is a really exciting time at the Gardens, and I know everybody thinks that the economy is so down that everything is down, but we were working on these plans way before the economy went bad, and we're not stopping. And everything is in order as it goes. As Melvin said, we've worked with the city, we've worked with city engineers, county engineers. We've gone over surveys from 35 years ago on this property. We're trying very much to coordinate what exists here with what can exist here. And after you see this presentation tonight, you're going to understand that there are limitless possibilities on this 67 acres we sit on here. And there are things that you will see that will surprise you. But let me tell you, none of this has come to pass quickly, nor has it been easily come to pass. Kim is laughing over there as she knows that Fred and all of us have been working on it. We've had numerous meetings with authorities that we've hired from over the country to be here to consult with us. They've been back for site visits. They've been back for meetings with groups. We've all met with them over the last year. We have 2 more meetings coming up with them this spring. This is including a multiplicity of very professional people, and we chose them from the professional people all over the country. So I want you to realize that what you're here to hear about is indeed exciting. It is not. It did not get cooked up this afternoon in the committee. The slides were not presented overnight, and we are indeed indebted here to our dedicated staff. Fred Spicer is our executive director, and he is as energetic as he's going to look like he is tonight. It's not a show. I've seen Fred early in the morning and late at night, and he's always that fired up. So get ready. I think you're going to be excited about what we're seeing and what we're doing, and realize, as I told John Floyd, who's in one of our meetings, and we were going on, Dr. Floyd, who was Southern Living, he was all excited about some things and all in a huff about some things, and I said, John, excuse me, this is going to be long after you're dead. In other words, don't think that we have the finances to change all of the flow of the water on this property overnight. We've got some landscape design people in the audience tonight who well know that those kind of things don't get solved in a hurry, and it's not a mystery to any of you who are involved with the gardens that we have lots of problems with where the water comes from and where the water goes and where the water stays. Linda Emerson can speak to that better than anybody in the room. At any rate, I won't do too much more. I didn't tell Fred what I would say, and he knows that I always get up and I'm known by some people as Talky Tommy. So I think if I talky very much more, I might infringe on Fred's speech. So I'm going to give you our Executive Director, Fred Spicer.
Thank you, Director Miller and President Amason, for that very nice introduction. It's a real pleasure for me to be here with you tonight and talk about the future of BBG. We feel that the Gardens is a real important part of the community. It's a place that celebrates the biodiversity of Alabama and of the Southeast and the world, really through its mission of educating people about plants, gardens, and the environment. Tonight is your introduction to a part of this process. We're about midway through, we think. We're probably maybe a little more than midway through. We're probably going to complete the master planning process sometime in the middle of this year, possibly early in the third quarter. And there'll be at least one more public presentation when we get through. We're going to have time for questions at the end. I think my presentation is going to be fairly thorough, so if you could just make a couple notes and we'll get to your questions at the end. This is going to be a pretty frank discussion of some of the issues that face the Gardens and where we think those issues would go. It's our third master plan, or third and a half master plan, and it's been some time in the making. I got here just a little over 7 years ago, and we probably spent 5 years in just program development. Now, the design professionals know what that means, but program development is sort of your wish list. And my background as a landscape architect was helpful in helping us establish our wish list and preparing this program. And I want to talk a little bit about who we communicated with, and that means talked at and listened to help us figure out what the issues were. We talked to people in organized groups and in informal discussions, casual visitors, passionate plant people, tour groups, design professionals, garden clubs, affiliated green, environmental, and conservation organizations, including the one that's meeting down the hall tonight, people in academia, business leaders, including in the green industry, civic organizations, the arts and cultural community, longtime volunteers, generous donors, our board of directors, garden staff, past and present, very important in the process, and local officials, both elected and appointed. What I was able to bring to the table was the context of other botanical gardens, either regionally or nationally, to see where we fit into that spectrum. And it enabled me to consider the limitations of and the possibilities for our site. And through the lens of our mission, I was able to craft a very detailed program which helped us sort of shop our master plan services around a little bit. And according to the design team that we hired, it saved us a whole lot of money. So we're always watchful for the dollar, so we were happy to be able to do that. Early on, I mean, it was pretty clear to us, the people sort of working internally, that there were three important issues. And I'm going to start and I'm going to just kill a little bit of the lights.